There's nothing wrong with having trauma. We all do. You just need to do something about it. Come on, unpack the trauma with you.
Good.
Welcome. Hey, man, how y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Doing good. This is so. I don't know why I'm just so pumped up. Like
That's good.
Yeah, it feel like Christmas, man. You know, I was driving down here, like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I woke this morning, like, no, I'm not nervous. This is my calling.
You've been doing this a whole life.
Yeah, man. I'm like, man, yeah. So, and then I was excited about the guests, and I'm gonna give some accolades to that. But matter of fact, did I put my phone up, guys? There it is. Yes. But I want to talk about some other stuff here. But I'm excited, man. This is our first one. We started off with the vision, right? I think I talking about, hey, man, I want to help me and unpack that trauma. And then Jamar said, I want to help you with that. And then Travis is not here, want to help me. And then Rodney said he want to help me. And we just got behind now. And Rodney has been instrumental. This guy right here, Rodney Johnson, instrumental to all of it, man. He had, matter of fact, let me tell you something about him, because he's going to be my co-host on a lot of these. This is called Unpacking Men's Trauma, right? Right now, trauma is the big topic. But down the line, by next year, we're gonna be talking about marriages, relationship, all kinds of stuff. And this is just gonna be a platform where we can just help men, and be honest with each other. Right. And so I remember when I asked the Derek Miles, this is my Kappa brother here, man. We fraternity brother here. And so he was sharing his stuff, and I'm gonna let him do it a little bit later. Stuff he had to overcome, man. It just touched my heart, man. We've been having some good meetings, right?
Yes, oh yeah. Yeah.
And we've been meeting at the Fairfield Inn in Lancaster, right by the freeway, right?
Yeah.
Great time, man. I mean, people have been sharing. I've been crying. I thought I was over some stuff, and I wasn't over it. And so, again, the more you unpack it, the more you can talk about it. That's why I'm comfortable being here today, because growing up in my community, people didn't talk.
Right.
You know what I heard at the age of 7? But when my dad died, he OD'd on heroin. And they told me, man, my uncle's supposed to decide. He didn't mean to be mean, but that's probably what he was, taught.
Right.
And he pulled me to the side. I don't know why I got picked. And he said, you got to stop crying. If you keep crying, your mama keep crying. Now I'm 7. Right. And yeah, that's a baby, right?
Right.
And so I'm drying up my tears. But it messed me up later on in life, because now I was never able to open up to a woman that I love. Right. And so then it would open up me to other doors where I got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. And so my wife asked me, how you doing? I'm good, but I wasn't good. Yeah. I suffered depression, and just felt like giving up, but I didn't know you were supposed to talk about it. I figured if I talk about it, it'd be a sign of weakness.
Weakness. That's it.
Right. Did y'all hear that before?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Think about it. We started off with the kids to the boys. We've done it ourselves because that's what we were conditioned to think and do. Suck it up, don't cry, don't. Mm-hmm. And from little, so when, like you said, we get in relationships, well, we was told to suck it up, don't be that. And then when we tried to, in some cases, I know I've experienced this in multiple relationships, all of a sudden that's used against me. You say, share my feelings. Right. But when I did, I've been actually called a B word. Wow. I was like, wait a minute. Wow, you just said you wanted to hear my feelings on it. When I did that, now I became something else. Wow. So I learned this from experience, because I was the dealing with relationships for years. I was always the one saying, no, man, you find the right woman, you talk to them and tell them your feelings. Right. Now I'm not a preacher of that anymore. Right. I'm not. I'm not a proponent of it anymore, because every experience I've had, when I did that, it changed everything. Wow. So I can only do that with a man. Right. I'm just being honest how I feel right now. Right. Unless I see something else, but I haven't.
So you didn't feel safe?
No. That's the key word. I don't feel safe. I'm sorry, sharing too much of my feelings or being vulnerable with a woman. Right. Because of my experiences. And there's multiples, not just one. Wow. It was the same across the board. Right. Once I did that, it changed.
Wow.
now I'm like, I start hearing different type of comments and the narrative change, you know, or even like, well, my daddy this, or compare you to how another man reacted.
Wow.
It's like, well, I was just sharing with you. That dude just didn't tell you nothing. Right. I know this, right? He didn't tell you because he already know what I know now.
Right. Wow.
Men told me that when I was in my young 20s. They was like, oh, yeah, you saying that now. No, you can't do that. And my experiences have proven them to be right.
Wow. That's sad. I mean, and especially when they tell us to open up. You know, we hear that, right?
Yeah.
You
Right.
heard that before?
All the time.
Okay. Yeah. But you know, I love that you sharing that, because that is something, man, like I want to open up, but then, and studies show that you flip it back on me.
Yep.
And that's what they're afraid of. Like, you're going to like use this against me.
Right.
And hopefully, and I love that, but hopefully we come to this process or progress or progression as we progress, a process that, you know, regardless of what you're saying, I'm still going to be true to me.
Right.
So I won't hold on the inside.
Exactly.
That makes sense?
We have to.
Right. You agree? We have to,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I mean, you're just going to feel freer, man, just lighter. Yeah, I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially with this generation right now growing up.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, oh, no, you saw. Why you saying that? You saw.
Yeah.
Being labeled as that.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you carry that and it's like, okay, so now I can't open up now. How am I supposed to do that?
Right.
I've been called soft.
Right.
You know, oh, yeah, all right. What? You suck it up. We're crying. What
Yeah.
you crying for?
That's what we've been taught.
You know? So I always heard from my my grandfather,
Excuse me.
what you crying for? You better suck them tears up. You know,
That is true.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, for a long time, for years. So that made me build a wall, and it's just like when I get ready to explain, it's just like can't do it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
So now I'm learning now.
Right.
It's crazy. I'm 44 years old, and I'm learning how to deal with stuff. What I should have been, you know, taught that in my early years.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, even I think about the connection we need as fathers with our kids, because we taught that, so we won't hug them, you know.
Right.
You know, they make as they say, a boo boo. You're like, oh, get over that, don't cry.
Right.
You know,
Right.
And just, you know, and then they go through life not sharing because
Right.
it's a sign of weaknesses.
It's true.
Not talking.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah.
As men, we learn to just put it in a nice little box, store it away, and don't talk about it.
Right.
That's
Right.
That's what we learned.
Right.
From the start.
And how does there any success in that?
No.
Just a wall of boxes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I like
wall
that.
of boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wall of boxes.
Oh, wall of boxes. That is so good. Man, listen, y'all see we ready today, right? So Rodney Johnson is going to be my co-host, and I just want to share a little about him. He's been a creator, producer. He led a host of Lovescapes, a live internet radio show covering romantic relationships. So when we get a relationship, we got an expert in the house. He also, for the city of Los Angeles, was a speaker for the Bureau member for 2 years, spoke at high schools and junior high schools. He have over 34 years experience teaching Christian education and relationship principles. And so he also served as superintendent from 1989 to 2013. He has trained and evaluated staff, created and maintained staff scheduling, performed individual and group instructions. So we have a good co-host here. Amen. If you're out there, give a clap to Rodney Johnson in the house. Yeah. And then so before I'm gonna let these men introduce themselves. Tell me something about yourself, Jamar, who you are, so we get to know you, and if you got a wife, family, and you know what you do, where you work at, all
What
that
planet
stuff.
you from?
Yeah. Are you from Mars or Venus? Talk to me.
All right. What's going on, everybody out there? This is Jamar Peoples. I'm
Yeah.
here with Dr. KC, my brother Derek, my brother Rodney. I am 44 years old, born and raised in the city of Long Beach, the LBC.
Represent. Long Beach in the house.
I am married to a beautiful woman named Crystal. We have 3 adorable daughters and a son on the way,
Yeah,
Elijah.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
here soon.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you got a name already.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, sir.
All
Yes, sir.
right, all right.
Elijah. So, been married for about 5 years. It's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
Like I said, I grew up in Long Beach, California.
Mhm.
Not with my parents, 6 years. After that, I was taken away. Then grew up with my grandma in the system. Went through a lot. Thank God I'm still here.
Yeah.
You know, I have a beautiful, great career, Northrop Grumman, that I'm working at as an aircraft mechanic. Some things that I like to do. Of course, I'm a good father. Love playing with my kids. My off times, I love playing basketball. I am a video game freak, so I be on the Call
Uh-oh.
of Duty.
Okay.
I'm a Halo man.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. That's in my spare time.
Right.
Halo.
I love to cook. You know, that's one thing that my mom taught me. Even though I didn't grow up with her, that's one thing she taught me. You gotta cook and you gotta clean. So she taught me that, you know, growing up, even throughout the years, not being around her. When she'd see me, she's like, you know, you're doing good, baby. I said, yeah, I am. Yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm a, you know, laid back, kick back kind of person. I don't, you know, I used to go out and party a lot, but as I get older, you know, things got to cut out.
Yeah, I'm older than you, but I don't claim all that. Listen, I noticed you got a little stuck with a little part where you said I grew up in, and then you got quiet. Where'd you grow up in?
Oh, I grew up in the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that hard for you to share?
Sometimes,
Okay.
you know, because like this brother said about brother Derek about a wall of boxes.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in the system. I mean, even though it was with family, it's a lot of things going behind closed doors.
Yes.
And one thing that I was always taught behind closed doors, you don't say nothing.
Right.
Don't say nothing what goes on.
Oh,
anywhere.
yeah.
So I kept that stuck with me for a long time. And I mean, it caused a lot of problems for me as far as relationships go as well, because I was always in and out. I would be, you know, here and there. I didn't know how to settle down. I didn't know how to open up. And when I did, it was like, nah, something in the back of my head said, nah, don't open up yet. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're going to judge you. So I always kept it in.
So you felt like you'd be judged because you was in the system.
That and being abused physically, mentally. You know, I mean, it was no joke when it came to the physical abuse.
Wow.
And I was just like, as a kid, it's like, I'm 9 years old. Like, are you supposed to go through this as a child?
Right.
Is this what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
And I told myself when I got older, I said, I can't do my kids like this.
Right.
This is wrong. But when it was happening, it was right to them.
Right.
You know? So I carried that for a long time.
Okay.
Long time. And even the area I grew up in, I grew up kind of like in the hood. When you get physically abused, I'm not talking about just, you know, in the back room. I'm talking about where the windows are open, everybody hear you.
Wow.
And it just, you screaming and yelling, and then you know, once you get the bruises and everything, you stay home.
Right, you got to cover it up.
And then you go to school, you better not say nothing.
Right.
So I carried that for a long time. That was it. I mean, it bothered me a lot. So when I see kids getting abused and I see, you know, hear about the things that's going on in this world, it gets me here in my heart.
Right.
You know, and growing up, I would ask my mom, I said, why am I like this? Why do I have a heart for somebody that I don't even know? But it's because of what I dealt with in my past.
Right.
You know, and I don't blame my parents.
Right.
I don't hold it against them. It bothers me. Have I forgave them? No.
Okay.
I haven't. I'm learning how to forgive them now.
Yeah.
After all these years.
Yeah.
Because I have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Not for them, for me.
That's it.
Man, it's powerful.
So
wow. One story I'm gonna go ahead. They said boys may learn to conceal their feelings if they don't feel safe sharing with them. They feel uncomfortable talking about a traumatic experience. Often comes from a feeling of shame over the trauma or how they responded to it. And that's what I was thinking about, the shame that comes with it. Because I had the shame, you know, telling about my dad OD'd on heroin, you know, why my dad didn't show up for Parents' Day. And so I didn't know how to process that. But now I could just share so freely, you know, because I realized that experience, it shaped me to some degree, but also it didn't define me either. Right. And so I learned, like, that was my dad's trauma. You know, he couldn't stop doing drugs, you know, but I was in the hood. I was in Fifth Ward in part of Houston. Then Fifth Ward moved to Mo City, single parent household. But sometimes we think we hide who we are because it's supposed to look good to everyone on the outside. I have a patient, Hispanic lady, and she's alien. I'm not alien. Now she's illegal right now. Not really legal. She has a green card. I apologize for that. However, but she like, I don't want to tell people. I said, no, your story is who made you. Through all that, you still got a master. You working in a master's degree program through all those challenges. She's like, yeah, I never looked at it like that. So you got to change your narrative, and you tell the story the way you want to tell it. And don't let everybody else tell you a story. She's like, wow, man, that was powerful. I said, I'm not ashamed. My dad, he don't need on heroin. And look, I still made it. I still got a doctorate degree. I still made it. Single family household.
Right.
Still made it, right? You still making it.
Yes.
And so I love that you shared that. I've been knowing you for a while. I never knew that you were still dealing with unforgiveness with what happened to you. But that was rough, right?
Yeah.
Man, thank you for sharing. That was powerful.
You're a survivor. No longer a victim. You're a survivor.
Yeah. And they told me that in foster care because I was in the system with my grandparent, my grandma. And then once I turned 15, I was really physically abused and I got moved from that house where I was at.
From the house they placed you in? You was physically abused there?
Yes.
Wow.
And then I got placed in foster care with my foster mom.
Okay.
And I remember they tried to have me go to psychiatrists because of all the physical abuse and mental abuse I dealt with. And I don't need this. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's what I kept telling myself. I'm good. I don't need this.
Right.
But in reality, I did need the help.
Right.
But I didn't. This where we at right now. I wish I had that back then.
Yeah.
But thank God I got it now before it was too late.
Right.
But they told me I believe back then I was that 5% that made it out.
Wow.
Because of what I dealt with. High school graduate. I went to prom. I worked from the age of 14. It just a whole lot. Went to college.
Right.
I mean, no, I didn't finish, but I still, went to college, got a good job, and maintained. So I was that low percentage of the, especially being African American, to make it out.
Wow.
Even after all the abuse that I dealt with.
Wow.
And now look at me now. I'm not on top of the world, but from where I was at then to now,
big difference.
Big difference. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, we'll come back to you. Man, thank you for sharing that. Derek Miles, tell somebody who you are, and
Yeah, Derek Miles, with 52, 2 kids from Northern California.
Okay.
Oroville,
Okay.
California, a small town.
Where's Oroville? Where's that at?
About an hour north of Sacramento.
Oh, north of Sacramento. Okay.
Directly north of Sacramento.
Okay.
So, grew up with two parents in the household, and grew up two parents in the household. It's 5 siblings all together, and now I went to college. Now I work as a high school counselor.
Okay.
For since '99.
Oh, long time.
Oh, wow.
Lancaster since '99, and I was real interested in this in unpacking trauma.
Yeah.
Because I've been through some things, and then as soon as I started talking to other men about the series, it was just a shutdown. And I know that as I've grown over my time on this earth, I have went through counseling.
There it is.
Went through some things, and I know that once we get it out, it's better.
Right. Once you get it out, it's better.
It's better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had to. I was very interested in this series, me and unpacking trauma. I've had death. My brother passed.
Wow.
That was a big trauma. Been through divorce.
Okay.
Big trauma. Cancer. Big trauma.
That's right. You did survive cancer.
Survived cancer. 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, 2000. It was ended. Started my first treatment. New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
December 31st.
Okay.
10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
First treatment.
Wow.
Cancer. Yeah. So
Now, did you go through treatment cancer while going through divorce at the same time?
Divorce was about, that was 2006. So about 6 years earlier.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Yeah. It's just been a lot going on. And I was holding it in. And then after cancer, it was like, okay, brother. I was doing a little bit of work on myself about 9 months prior to the cancer. But then after the cancer, I think that was my true wake-up call.
Okay.
And it's time to start working on myself and helping others as much as possible.
Now, what kind of cancer did you survive?
I had acute myoprocytic. It's leukemia.
So in the blood.
Yeah, in the blood.
Man, that was God, huh?
That was God. That was all God. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My blood counts just about at 0. All of them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
So God brought me back. I'm healthy now and trying to do better.
I mean, this ain't a Christian show, but praise the Lord, brother.
Hey.
Oh my. I'm thinking like, so you went through divorce and then the cancer came afterwards.
Yeah. years. What was that? No, it's a little longer than that. About 13 years later.
Okay. Okay. Because sometimes they, stuff we hold in kind of eats at you as well. They say.
Yeah. I was a single dad, raised my kids from 4 to 5. Single dad, and now they're 21 and 23 now.
Okay.
So that was a lot of stress.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, you don't hear too many dads, single dads, raising kids. So awesome. Yeah. Okay, man, that's good.
Wow.
All right, Rodney, you want to share something about you? I kind of gave you a bio, but
no, that's all right. Well, I mean, you mentioned divorce, and so this is my third marriage. And looking at it, me, especially being somebody, relationships is one of my passions to talk about and deal with to help. Right. So for me, that was a hard blow. I said, man, I mean,
Right.
And then the second time was even worse. I think that one really hurt more than the first time.
Gotcha.
Reason, because I got married so young at 19, had kids, got married, then had a kid, and then did a whole lifestyle change all at the same time.
Right.
Living at home with my parents, and all these major things happened to me. So that was them years was rough.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember back when you were getting married, and I said, hey, before you have kids.
Yes, you did.
I told you to wait minimum 3 years.
Yeah, I think I waited 5.
But that, I lived it. I said, man, I can't really be a husband. I can't be spontaneous. I can't do nothing, And so it was rough, them first years. But the second one, that really bugged me a lot. I was teaching and doing all these things, and then I just kind of like shut down on that one.
Wow.
I did. And I didn't realize until looking back on it, kind of going through like maybe a midlife crisis. Now you looking back on your whole life, saying, man, what is this all about? What about all this time I've been spending and my wheels just turning? But did anything?
Think about something.
I tell you where it came to. I don't know if you've seen the movie Good Deeds with Tyler Perry.
That movie got to be too.
It's 2 movies that helped me unpack some trauma to see that there was an issue, because the moment it happened, I felt it and tears rolled down my face. I'm out in public.
Right.
So the first one was Loving Basketball.
Okay.
There's a scene where she's talking to her mom in the kitchen, and her mother, she said, Mom, I must have played in like 1,000 games. I only remember you at 2. I know this scene really well. She said, oh, it didn't matter if you ever came. I ever came to them stupid games. And she started crying. She said, Mama, it mattered. It mattered, man. When I saw that scene, and even when I see it now, I'll be fighting back, getting teary-eyed. But when I saw that the first time, man, I felt that. I felt like, man, the stuff I was doing, I wasn't getting no support. Right. It mattered. I was out there by myself on the basketball team, Park League. And I remember my family coming to one game. And every game, people was out there. I was very shy and still kind of shy. People don't think I am because I operate in my talents.
Right.
But I'm very shy. And I wanted to shoot. I owned my park. At my park, I was Dr. RJ. That's what they called me. Yeah. Literally, that's what they called me, because I practiced his stuff. But when I was on the team, I didn't want that responsibility or to mess up. Right. I'm still kind of like that.
Right.
Don't want to mess up. And nobody was out there to support me. Like, man, go ahead and take the shot. You got this. Right. I didn't have that. And it bugged me when I saw that scene. The next one was Tyler Perry, Good Deeds. And it went down to where they was calling off their engagement at the outdoor wedding party. If you remember that scene and saw the movie. And he realized that he never lived his life for him. And man, I was in the movie in Long Beach. I used to go to Pine Theater all the time, right? Yeah, I used to go there all the time in Long Beach. And man, I sat in the movie, packed theater that was open at night. Man, tears, I couldn't stop the tears. Because when he said it, I said, man, I felt like I never lived the life I wanted to live. I was always worried about what somebody was going to say.
Right.
I'm just dead serious. I said, I didn't go to graphic school. This is what I do.
Right.
All my talents and gifts, I didn't take no classes. I didn't do this. I didn't do that because what somebody was going to say.
Right.
And now I'm in my mid-40s, and I'm just sitting there in the movies, just tears rolling in my face. And that's when I realized that it was an issue.
Right.
And even talking about it, our first meeting, the meeting was over, but unpacking was still happening. My suitcase was still open.
Right.
Because I just started talking to one of the men there, man, I'll just start bawling in the back of the room because I realized how much it mattered. And it helped shape me as a father. Yeah. Now, what I realized is something you said, and I'm sure Mike can kind of feel this. We become some of the things that we hate ourselves. We hated it when it happened to us, But because that's all we know, we become that very thing.
So hurt people hurt people.
That's it. That's it. So, I had two girls when I was young, that started 19, and then I had a son later years. He's my oldest, and he's be 20 next month. And I remember one of my oldest daughters saying one time we were all together, she said, "Hey, that's not the father we had." I said, "Thank you." Man, you know how good that made me feel good? Wow. I don't think she meant it that way, but that's okay. I was happy.
Right.
I said, "Thank you. You saw growth in me."
Right.
Because what y'all saw at the beginning, and I can say that for the marriages too, I was acting out those very things I hated.
Yep.
Because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
I was acting out, but once I came to the realization, I said, man, I don't want to be that. I hated that myself.
Right.
So I started being different. Now my son, he's 24 and he can literally pick me up off the ground. I think he did that just so I know that kind of psychologically. Hey, Dad, and he just literally picked me up off the ground. I said, "You trying to tell me something, son?" He said, "No, I'm not." I'm feeling you.
Pick both of us at the same time.
He literally picked me up off the ground, but I hug and kiss him all the time. I hug and kiss him all the time. I hug and kiss my dad all the time. I realize looking now that they dealt, and their generation was worse than ours, dealing with the trauma they dealt with and shutting down more. So he didn't have that. He didn't know how to unpack that. So he's still dealing with that. And so like you said, I couldn't blame him or my parents or that's all they know. We can only teach people what we learn.
Right.
And if we stop learning, we don't have nothing else to give them.
Right.
So that's what I've been saying this for years. I said this on my show all the time. My goal is to keep learning until I'm dead.
Yeah.
If I'm on my deathbed, my grandkids say, "Oh, look, Granddad can do this." I'm like, "Oh, wow. Learn something new every day." Cool. That's how I want to be.
Right.
I don't want to stop growing.
That's powerful. Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, no.
That's so powerful. I love what Rodney just shared. Man, I started thinking about, is it called Good Deeds, Rodney?
Yeah, Good Deeds.
I remember I was in the movie there with my wife watching it.
Okay.
She's like, "You really into this movie?" Because I know I've been hiding on the inside. I've been hurting. But I had to be what they need to be on the outside for my wife, my kid. But I was hurting.
Right.
You ever been hurt before and nobody knew?
Oh, yeah.
Because all the roles I had to be strong. I couldn't show weakness, but I was hurting. But I really was going through some deep depression.
Right.
While doing all these roles, and I could talk about it good now because I unpacked it. I went to therapy before. I don't know if you guys have been to therapy. I've been to therapy, and that helped me process it. And it's crazy. I ended up getting a female there. I said, "Lord, whoever land on, I don't care." Now, man, she was this Asian lady. I thought, "Oh, I would get that."
You said.
But she was so, man, the young people say she was so dope. She was just awesome. And she began to share, you're like a Hollywood scene. You got the studio on the outside. When you go inside studio, it's not in there.
Right. It's empty.
Oh, man. I just started and just crying. I said, "She's right." And she said, she's trying to teach me how to share those things with your wife. So, no, I can't be that. I couldn't be that, be weak. And she taught me how to share with her.
That's powerful.
Yeah. Because because I could share with the wrong people.
Right.
Because I didn't have to be strong for them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So true.
Yeah. And so, but man, so this here, man, unpacking my trauma, talking about it, I feel so liberated and free. And then that's why I'm able to, be this format to share with other people. But we're going to get into some stuff, man. I don't know how much time we got. We might need 3-hour show. Now, y'all, hold on. I know y'all got stuff. But with that, listen, I didn't give you some of my credentials. Dr. Casey Marsh. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Been working in mental health forever, feels like, and also do see patients on prior practice. I'm a husband, a father. I got two beautiful kids. Well, they're not kids; they grown. My kids are adults. They always be a kid, but they still in my pocket though. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out when does it change and when you get free. But also, but I'm excited. I got a beautiful wife, man. Tree is gorgeous. She loves me. Stand by my side through all my mistakes and ups and downs. So I have it. But this, sharing these type of stuff really just empowers us.